Euro 2025 is finally here, and to celebrate this, we are going to start on an account with only a bronze team and 9 coins, and see if we can beat FC 25 only using the 16 nations that qualified for the Euro tournament. On the account, we will also only be allowed to use Path to Glories and Greats of the Game in our FUT Champs run. Let's see how we do. Starting off on the account, the first thing we would do is complete the bronze upgrade. So we would get 2 silver players, as silver players were vital for the upgrade SBCs, and we would get Ward from Crystal Palace, and 1 silver player could give us 14 silvers, which we could then grind into the gold packs, which was where we got our first walkout, and this was City's Ilkay Gundogan. Usable country, but he's not a woman, so he is just fodder. The back of this pack gave us an Arsenal duo in Manham and Hurtig, who are both usable. There was also Salmon, Claudia Pina, and finally, from a 5x77 player pack, we would get the first usable walkout in Poland's Peugeot. With the first set of upgrades we had completed, the first 2 stages of the Shapeshifter Crafting Upgrade SBC Completionist, and this gave us a 3x85 and an 83x5. The 83x5 would give us our first promo player, and this was from the Shapeshifters promo, where we would get Colombia's Vanagas, who on this account is premium fodder for some future SBCs. And this was followed up with Peugeot again and Shapeshifter Peck. Picard was also in a pack, which was great as we already had a gold goalkeeper on the account. The fodder we had got allowed us to complete our first 85x5, and we are mainly aiming to get Path to Glory players on the account. And the fantastic thing about this promo is that any one of these players have a chance of going to a 99 rating and having icon chemistry with the rest of the team. Looking at the world rankings, Spain were the favourites to win, but you never know. From an 85 combo pack, we would get a new walkout for the account, and the first player was Real Madrid's Carvajal, but the second player was Pop, who does have 90 physical and 87 shooting, so potentially another upgrade to the team. But we would actually go on to use her in the 87 squad shifter upgrade, as this was a great way for us to get more pack pulled players on the account. And from this, we did get a player who would go into the team, and this was Francis Basher with 89 rated Erdegaard, and 89s are perfect now with the exchanges available. After that, we got ourselves Musiala and England's Beth Mead. So this was the team now, a full gold team with Peugeot as our sole striker. Coins were now a thing we needed on the account, so the 81 Team of the Week pack was completed, giving us Ambrose, who was 12k, and we completed a section of the marquee matchups to turn our untradables into tradable players. And this gave us around 15k in total, so we could pick up our first Path to Glory player. There were a couple choices in James Turner in midfield, but we wanted an offensive player, so Kamzik was the choice, as she has 93 pace with 92 shooting, with 95 in both passing and dribbling, finesse shot and trivella, so she can shoot from a bunch of areas on the pitch. And finally, had the alternate positions of striker and right midfielder, so we added her to the team and put Peugeot out on the wing, and we could play our first game of Rivals. For the account, we had 3 main aims to complete, and they were 1. Reach Division 3 in Rivals, 2. Get 9 wins in FUT Champs, and 3. Have a full team of Path to Glory and Greats of the Game. With Rivals, we were in Division 8, and the first team we would face was a very strong side with Beckham, Ribery, and Team of the Season Ronaldo up top. The game started off with Kamzik using her technical to get into the box and hitting the finesse to get her debut goal. The problem with us having golds when we were up against 97 Ronaldo, who easily breezed through our defence and got the easy goal. Lucky for us, this was Division 8, so Kamzik would bring flair to the game, flicking it into space for her brace, and then had a one-on-one chance and smashed it in to give her a debut hat-trick. And it was now 6-1, so the opponent had had enough and dipped out of the game. We kept playing in Rivals as we needed to do the daily play rewards, which was for playing 3 games in any Ultimate Team mode. And the team was doing well, but this was more due to our opponents making mistakes, like pulling their keeper out of position. The rewards for these games were an 83x5 and an 83x7, in which we got 84 Caruso from the first pack and nothing usable in the second. But this did give us the ability to continue to make the 85 combo packs, where we would get the highest rated player on the account so far, who was a shapeshifter in Manchester United's Diallo. There was also Hemp, who was usable, and De Jong. Whilst in the SBC section, we would complete the marquee matchups. And this was helpful, as the group reward was a Jumbo Premium Players Pack, which gave us 24 players, but it also meant we would get nearly 9,000 coins from the discards alone. And that would allow us to get our second player, and this was one of the more likely nations to win the Euros in Germany. So we picked up Schuller for 18,250 coins. And she has nearly all scoring playstyles apart from free kick specialist, quick step plus with rapid and 95 pace and shooting. She became our striker, and Kamzik dropped to play in Cam, where she could be even better with her incisive pass plus. And this was proven in the first game back into Rivals, where the two Path to Glory players were linking up, and in the first time in forever, the chip shot was actually useful as a playstyle plus, and we would clutch in the 92nd minute, getting our 19th goal of the game, and Quickstep was really helpful in getting us some space for goals. The games gave us some more packs, and it also gave us Spitzer's Path to Glory, and she does have Anticipate Plus, with 90 pace and 92 defending, with the alternate position of centre-back, so she will be one of our starting centre-backs, even though she is 5'6". From the packs, we did get a 97 rated player in Shapeshifter Dybala, who is a brilliant card, but not usable. Going back into the SBCs, there was a guaranteed tradable 91 plus Team of the Season pack, which is only an 86 rated squad, so we did not need a Team of the Week or Team of the Season player. Sadly, this gave us a Team of the Season highlights, and it was an Argentine from La Liga in Alvarez, who was going for around 20k. We also crafted the 86 plus 2 or 3 player picks, and from the first one, we got a new Path to Glory player in Denmark's Harder, who is phenomenal due to her playstyle pluses in Technical and First Touch Plus, Finesse and Low Driven Plus. So we were starting to get a very strong attack, and as we knew James Turner was discard, we picked her up off of the market. So we now had 5 Path to Glory players. Back into the packs, we got another shapeshifter from the Prem in Ramirez, and from the player pick, we got Ramirez again. And 95s were important, as this allowed us to complete our first player SBC on the account. It was an 89 and 87 rated squad, so it did cost around 100,000 coins, but she did look worth the fodder, as it was France's Millard, who has 96 pace, 97 dribbling, 94 shooting, and 90 physical, with the chances for upgrades. She also has quick step and finesse plus playstyles. From a random Team of the Week pack, we got ourselves one of the better informs, and this was Sweden's Rolfo, who even as an 87 looked fantastic. It was time to use the remaining coins we had, and as I wanted to improve the defence, we picked up Germany's Minge, who also has the ability to play centre-back, so our team was starting to look good, but we were still using a non-rare as our right-back. It was time for us to play in a new game mode. This was the Friendlies game mode, where for the Women's Euros Cup, it was an 89 rated squad with only a single player 94 rated or higher, so we chose Harder as our key player. And for our first game, we would face one of the biggest problems for this account, as they had Hudlin up front, who is 6'9", whereas our defenders were around 5'5", so quite the height difference. Surprisingly, in one of the games, it would be us to score from a corner, with a nice bicycle kick from Harder, and Mead would score the cheeky chip to get us a couple wins, giving us a couple packs as the rewards, and we got Debreets and more fodder for the account. The nice thing about this Friendlies game mode was that it had unlimited games, but the issue was that if you were drawing, people would just quit, and we only really needed wins in this game mode. Harder's finishing was unstoppable once she got into the box. For the next set of games, we got a 3x85 players pack, a 2x84 player pack, and 2 Evos, but the max requirement was 94 rated, so we could not use the Path to Glory players. From the packs, we did get Bernardo Silva and Sommer. Back into the games, it was highlighted the brokenness of load driven, and sometimes luck did not go our way. This game would end up going to penalties, and Picard had ice in her veins and made the clutch save, followed up with Katoto smashing it top left, giving us the final win. The main reason for these games was for us to get 6 wins, and this was so we could get the new Path to Glory player in Finland's Aitinen, who is in 9 Golan gang, so she has plus 90 in all face stats, and looks great for a midfielder, with her having 5 out of the 6 passing playstyles with incisive plus, intercept, technical, and press proven pluses. There was also the 92 plus 1 of 3 Team of the Season or Shapeshifter pack, which could give us a 98 Mead or Kachawi, and we would get the choice of Team of the Season Bright, Team of the Season Di Maria, and Shapeshifter Schlotterbeck. So Bright was the choice, and we added her to the team. Also, there was the first showdown for the Euros, and this was between England and France, and we would go on to complete the Jess Park showdown, as surely the Lionesses will get the win. Now it was time to upgrade the final part of the team, and this was the keeper. And as there was currently no Path to Glory keepers, we picked up Team of the Season Bugrafe for 13,500 coins. This was our Division 8 promotion match, and we faced up against someone with Path to Glory Rolfo with Team of the Season Mbappe on the wing in Division 8. And of course, Mbappe's incredible pace meant he got to the ball first and scored the goal, putting us behind. We would get back into the game with a nice give and go between Harder and Schuler, but anything we could do, Mbappe could do better, with a great assist to Manon. Our opponent got a bit confident and tried to play it out from the back with Crouch, but passed the ball to Millard and became a sitting duck, which we could capitalise on. The second half is where the game started to open up, with Schuler slotting it bottom corner. Then our first signing, Kamzik, would get on the score sheet too, and this was wrapped up with Harder dribbling into the box and scoring the low driven. So we were now up to Division 7. With promotion, we continued to grind and open the 85 combo packs, where they were giving us shapeshifter players, but these players were just not usable, as we got Vlahovic, followed up with Vanegas. It would turn out a 3x84 was the pack, as it would give us a Dutch Path to Glory in Medema, who was another insane forward on the account. At this point, we just need to get Irene Paredes or Mbok's Path to Glory. We could improve on our defence, as there was a new Path to Glory defender, who is only 75k and can play both right back and left back, and this was England's Niamh Charles. And as England were the winners of the previous Euros, she has a chance of getting that 99 rating. She does have jockey and intercept, which are both crucial for a fullback, and 95 defending. There was also the fact that she has quick step plus with 94 passing and long ball pass, so she could be a great attacking fullback. We would finally start our first evolution on the account, and this was for our Team of the Week Rolfo, who fits into Sacks of Potential, which mainly boosts her offensive stats and also gave her the alternate position of right wing and finesse shot plus. So we started this Evo and went into Division 7, where we faced one of the rarer teams, as it was a 3-back formation. Medema had the skills to pay the bills, and this led to her getting a debut goal. Harder was still very broken, and with her first touch plus and technical, you could ping the ball into her and she could dribble through the defence, and her finesses seemed pinpoint accurate. These games gave Rolfo a plus 10 in pace and the right wing alternate position. In the season pass, we were now up to level 5, so we got the multi-choice reward, which gave out either El Shawari, Griffo, or a 10x83 pack. We went with El Shawari, as it gave us another 94 rated card for the club. In the objectives tab, we had completed half of the upgrade pack's objective, and this gave us an 85x10. And from this pack, we wouldn't even get a special card. The best player was Ocean Man. Thankfully, the upgrade packs were better, as we got another Shapeshifters, but again, it was another Vanegas. And then, one of the rarer golds in Theo Hernandez, and a 97 rated Ollie Watkins. It was now time for our Division Rival rewards, where we got Division 7, so we got 6,000 coins, a single 1 of 3 player pick, but we did get 15 83 pluses from the packs. From the pick, we would get 84s. The best player was an 89 rated ter Stegen, who could be used to make a 50 player pack, and this was perfect, as we would go on to get a Path to Glory in a Spanish centre back from Liga F, who plays for Barca. It was Mappy Leon, so I got bamboozled by EA, but Gaoro was the actual Path to Glory, and she looks great, as she is in Club 90 gang, and has great midfielder playstyle pluses in ping pass, long ball, technical, and anticipate. And as she is French, she should receive some more upgrades, unless someone was to stop France. Finally, there was one more available SBC for the Euros this week, and it was a new transfer from Germany, which cost us around 70k, and this was De Britz, who was also in Club 90 gang, and this was an interesting card, as she can play left wing and has low driven plus, so she may be an excellent winger for the team. It was now week 2 of the Path to Glory promo, so there was a whole new bunch of players including a channel favourite in Stanway, Patrick Guerrero and Katoto. The first thing we did was pop to the market and buy a new player in Arna Dottir, who will replace Rolfo. From completing the upgrade packs, we would get a 95 rated player in Bogle from just a silver pack. The SBC completionist had also been completed, and this gave us an 86x7 and an 86x10, where from the 86x7 we did get a new shapeshifter in Sunderland's O'Neill, and the 86x10 did give us a non-special walkout, and it was a Spanish centre-back from Barcelona, and we finally got Paredes on the account, just a few minutes after the Path to Glory was out of packs. In the Objectives tab, there was a new Path to Glory player in Tatiana Pinto, but somehow there were still nations in the tournament that did not have any players, like Italy and Belgium. We returned to Rivals, where this account only seemed to attract accounts that had Mbappe on them. Medina would completely sell the defender and score the low driven, but it was now time for the promotion game, and this is where I saw one of the rarer players in the game, in Moments Oblak. I didn't even know this card was in the game. If anyone knows what this is from, let me know in the comments. The game started off with Malard getting into the box and then hitting the finesse to put us up. This was followed up by a sweaty, and within 10 in-game minutes, we had gotten the win and were now up into Division 6. With the success of promotion, we would go on to build 50 player picks on the account to convert all of our low-rated fodder into higher-rated cards for future SBCs, and if we were lucky, to pull some of the Team 2 Path to Glory players. During this, we did get one of the best players in the Euros in 90 rated Hansen for Norway, followed up by Path to Glory Summonen. The picks seemed to be cracked, and it got even better as we pulled the chase player for the week in Patrick Guerrero's 97 rated Path to Glory, who was extinct at 1 million coins, and it made sense. She was well into Club 90 gang, having 99 in all the passing, apart from crossing and free kick accuracy. But more crucially, this card had a great chance of getting the 99 rating and being the best mid in the game. With this insane pull, we then had to complete one of the best value SBCs in FC25, and it was Patrick's fellow countrywoman in Athena, who has 97 pace, 96 dribbling, and will also go up to 99 if Spain win the Euros. She has finesse, incisive, rapid, and Trivella playstyle pluses. We then would pick up 97 Path to Glory Hegerberg for 30k, and now we had a full Path to Glory team and subs, apart from the keeper, as there wasn't one. Not sure why EA decided not to release a keeper for this promo, and I kind of wish they did, but we will get to that later. Division 6 Rivals was now ahead of us, and our team was starting to be stronger than most Team of the Season sides we've faced. But this opponent had Reds, so they were a champs player, and luck was just not with us, as in this run of play, we could not get the ball out of the box no matter what, and we conceded. But with the new Hegerberg, who has 97 shooting and low driven, once she was in the box, she was going to score her goals. And this team was clicking, with Millard acting as a second striker and getting into spaces to help us score against our opponents. The games had meant we had completed Pinto's objective, so we received her, and she does have good stats and playstyles, but she'll most likely not get into the team as we already had Patrick Guerrero and Gayoro, so she'll likely be a super sub on the account. We also opened the packs and received a lot more shapeshifters, with another Bogle, Reeton and shapeshifter Coleman, and shapeshifter Sheridan. Finally, there was a 50 player pack, which would give us a Path to Glory, and it gave us a 96 and 97 rated player, starting with Mittelstadt and then Hegerberg, so we were able to sell our tradable one for 30k. Back in Rivals, low drivens were again the main goal scoring type, and Hegerberg also had Trickster, so this was another way to score goals up front. Then it was the promotion game to get us into Division 5, where we would come up against another team playing 3-4-3, and Hegerberg was the star of the show, as Patry would chip the ball through to her to get us our first goal. Millard would become Henri with the fancy assist to get Hegerberg her brace, and then for our hat-trick, she would rainbow flick the goalkeeper. This humiliation was enough for our opponent to leave, so we were now up to Division 5. Promotion meant we were up to level 10 in the season pass, so we had another player choice of Bonaventura, Immobile, and Belotti. We went with Immobile, but it did not matter, as it was all just 94 rated fodder. From the player pick, from the season pass, we got 90 rated Kevin De Bruyne. Friendlies had a new mode except this one was much harder, as it was a 24-hour mode where you only got 4 games to play, and in the first one, we disconnected from the servers. So we had 3 games, and teams in this mode were stacked. For this game, we were on the receiving end of harder, as she dribbled in and scored against us, but we were able to get back into the game thanks to Medema and Hegerberg. However, our left back was non-existent during these games, so we're going to have to switch her out. Thankfully, our attack was able to pull us back into winning ways for the last 2 games in this mode, so we did complete all of the objectives for the UEFA Women's Euro Sprint League 2, where we got some packs and an evolution that gives Tiki Taka Plus. These packs from the friendlies mode did not give us much, apart from another Mead and Mappy Leon. The 50 player pack was where we would get a new player, and this was a Lioness in Manchester City's Lauren Hemp, who is just speed, 99 pace, and rapid plus, with 95 dribbling and technical plus 2. For the team, Niamh Charles would go to us left back, with her 5-star weak foot, and Kasparaj was brought in for 19,000 coins as our new right back. And we were now going into our Champs qualifiers, where we faced somebody who already played Weekend League, as they had Thorgensen. In the game, our keeper just watched the ball fly into the back of the net for the first conceded against us, and 5 minutes into the game, we were already 2-0 down. But this Path to Glory team seemed to be the comeback kings, well queens, as Hegerberg would get us back level with 2 goals, and then Hemp would step up. Athena would pass the ball to her, and she would smash it across body to put us in the lead. Then in the 70th minute, the ball was played through to her again, and she went near post to get her brace, and that gave us the win. With qualification for FUT Champs, we would take a chance in the new 1 of 3 Team of the Season, Shapeshifter, or Road to the Final player, as this was an 87 and 86 rated squad, but it did give us a chance to pull a Road to the Final Arsenal player, as a lot of these players were competing in the Euros. And we would get an Arsenal player from this pick, but it was an American in Fox, so she was not usable on this team. So we went with the Team of the Season, as this has more value. Talking about Arsenal players that were playing in the Euros, there was a new SBC, and this was more of a premium player, costing around 200,000 coins. But she is an interesting player, as this player is one of the better strikers in the game, not due to her shooting playstyles, but actually the tiki-taka playstyle plus. And this was Sweden's Blackstenius, who has 95 pace, 96 shooting, and 94 dribbling, with rapid, first touch, and finesse plus playstyles too. So we would add her as our main striker and try her out in the team. And for her first game, she'll go on to do the unthinkable and score this as her debut goal. Puskas worthy. The reason Blackstenius was great was because of the tiki-taka playstyle, as it gives us an option with an extra pass in the box. And now with most defenders having near perfect defending, it was crucial for a striker to get them passes off to another player in the team. This led us into the promotional game for Division 4, where we came up against a strong Shapeshifter team with Purple Team of the Season Bellingham. And this match was Blackstenius versus Elise, as every time we would go ahead with our Blackstenius, our opponent's Elise would get them back into the game. Sometimes a bit of luck on the side, but then we would go to Hemp, the speedy winger, who when there's an open space in behind, would fly by the defence, and she scored a finesse trivela shot. And for the final goal in the game, she would play the give and go, getting herself loads of space, and hitting the finesse to get us the win. So we were now up to Division 4. With us only being 1 division away from the Division 3 goal, we really needed to make some coins on the account for better Path to Glory players. So we'd go to the SBC section to complete the throwback marquee matchups, where we would get ourselves Kobel as the reward, followed up with a tradable Team of the Season pack, giving us Japan's Doan, and the tradable packs from the icon sections. So we were now up to 100,000 coins. So it was time to bring in Leah Williamson, who has 92 pace, with Quick Step Plus, and 95 defending, with 96 physical too. She also has Anticipate and Bruiser Plus. We would then go on to quick selling all of the no longer needed Path to Glory players, where we would pick up a new keeper. France fans, look away, as this is the one-person army that has gotten Germany into the semi-finals in Berger for 30k. The daily packs had refreshed, so we had another chance to pull some Path to Glories, and we did. and we got ourselves a duplicate Hegerberg, Arne Dottir, and then a new one in a Polish player who was our first usable walkout on this account, as we packed Path to Glory Peugeot, who now is 96 rated with 97 pace and 96 shooting, and we got a 97 shapeshifter too. We then decided to bring back Millard for rivals, replacing Hemp, and Millard was the one scoring the goals for us. On the account, we finally got lucky. Our attack was fantastic, to the point where I felt confident with our strikers that we didn't need to score sweaties. This meant we had completed the first week of the Season 8 Weekly Play Completionist, which was a guaranteed team of the season outside the top 5 men's leagues. We were hoping for a women's team of the season, but we got a team of the season from the championship in Tanaka, and this was another 96 rated player for the club. Then from an 84/10, we would get a new Path to Glory in a player who plays in the Women's Super League, and this was Wales's lad, with another Path to Glory in Summonen. So this was the final team that we will use for our promotion game, and it was all or nothing. The team we faced was an Evo shapeshifter squad where they had the 96 Eze, which is a strong card, and within 2 in-game minutes, Eze laid the ball through to Gula, who scored. But this was the comeback team, where Millard would cut onto our left and hit the finesse to get us level, followed up with a cutback to Hegerberg, who got the low driven. We would get another chance where Costa made the save, and our opponent just left. We take those, and this meant we had gotten up to Division 3. With promotion, we were at level 20 in the season pass, so we had a choice between Dudek and Manum, and even though Dudek was a defensive player, we still went with Manum, as she has 99 attack positioning and finishing with tiki-taka and low driven plus, so she was added to the team. Now it was time for our Division Rivals rewards, which as we got the premium rewards in Division 3, we got 50k, one of 3 Ultimate Team of the Season, or Shapeshifter pack, and 2 tradable 84/10s. There was also 3 87 picks, where we got Rodri and Bellingham. The Ultimate pick gave us Ramirez as the highest rating. The packs gave us Oberdorf and another Shapeshifter O'Neill, followed up with the Barcelona duo in Pedri and De Jong. These rewards caused Path to Glories to crash, so we were able to pick up Path to Glory Eriksson for only 53k. She will be playing as our left back. From the 87 player pick, we would get a new Path to Glory in Amador, who is another super sub at this point. Finally, we would have one more shot at getting a shapeshifter who is playing in the Euros in the Team 4 guarantee, and it was only an 86 rated squad, but we would get Zagrova. It was now footies, and greats of the game, so there was over 150 special players in packs, and we would actually get one of the rarer ones in Neymar. This allowed us to pick up some greats of the game. In 97 Angara, who we used earlier this year, and she was not very good, so hopefully this version will be an improvement. We also picked up 96 rated Bompasta, and finally 97 rated Williams, who has all of the passing playstyles and Anticipate Plus. This is the team that we are going to use for our Foot Champs run. Let's get into it. Game 1. Team of the Season De Gea, Footies Klaus and Barnes, and Team of the Season Messi. Nice through ball. Hegerberg low driven. 1-0 up. Early rage quit. That's nice play. Big save, Angara. That might be her first. Nice. Oh, he's just taken out my player. Is that a red card? Cracking goal. Who scored that? Leo Williamson. That's a good ball. We just need to stop. I've been cutting and the finesse. That's a good goal. Nice Williams. Go on, Millard. That should be the win. Game 2. We come up against Kanate, Wendy, Kante, and another Team of the Season Messi. Cut in. And the finish. Nice give and go. Okay, the guy's calling the keeper out. I think this guy's given up already. Game 3. Vicario in goal. 2 big centre-backs, Ribery and Eze up front. Into Eze. Block the shot. Oh, Angara. I'll just stop Eze. Angara just doesn't have hands. Nice play. Into the middle. Low driven. Well, what happened with the puck? What was the post doing? Nice ball. Sway. We need to get back in the game. Nice. The power of that low driven. Nice, just through. Come on, we can win this. Just stop the shot. Oh, they got it through. Angara doesn't have hands. Come on. We just need to hold on. I just can't. Redemption, Angara. Come on, Em. Oh, that was tense. But we got the win. Game 4. Goal to Stegen. Kimmich. Oh, two big guys up front. This could be a problem this person crosses. Cut them off. That's a great Travella. Nice Hegerberg. Saving us again. This guy's just Travella expert. We've still got the ball somehow. Athena. Back into the game. Nice, my lad. Great interception. Just shoot. Shoot again. Shoot again. We take those. Game 5. And we're coming up against another Konate, Lukaku, a red Kante, Footy's James, and Patelas. It just fell to him. That's a nice turn by Hazard. And he's went near post. 2-0 down. Just stop. That's a good ball again. And the double pass. And we've scored an own goal. Nice block. Nice block again. And they've still got the ball. This game just isn't happening for us. The games had put us to 4 wins and 1 loss. And this team was very strong in the offense. We were suffering in the defense, and Angara was still not the best. We should have stayed with Berger, as she was much stronger in net. We did need to play one more game to get the 5th win, as this allowed us to get a 1 of 2 Week 1 footies or Greats of the Game player pick, and this gave us a choice between the upgraded Bompasta and Footies Louis Figo. So we went with Bompasta, and she had increased up to 63,000 coins, so I made double profit on her, and at that point, I'm basically a pro trader. We would get another Greats of the Game from a player pick, and this was Williams, so we were able to sell her too. Returning back to the Champs games, we were now coming up against much stronger teams, and the red cards always strike a bit of fear, but we would get pulled down, and this led to the straight red card, where in the past, someone leaving would have made this a bit of a nothing game. But EA had updated this, so we actually got the win. For the games, our main problem would turn out to be Messi, as there was plenty of evolved Messis, and it seemed like everyone and their dog had Team of the Season Messi, who was very overpowered, and Angara was invisible in goal. Sadly, one of the worst keepers in the game this year. I've had outfield cards save more shots in goal than her. The nice thing was, these were very high scoring games, with lots of goals, and the forwards were incredible. Hegerberg is one of the best value strikers in the game, and our midfielders like Gaoro and Williams were getting on the score sheet too. This got us up to 9 wins, which gave us 3 1 of 4 84 plus player picks, 1 2 of 6 Ultimate Team of the Season pick, 1 96 plus Ultimate Team of the Season Shapeshifter or Footies player, and a premium 3-player Shapeshifter Footies pack. We got some 88s and 87s from the tradable player picks. The Ultimate pick gave us Team of the Season Bellingham, Shapeshifter Diani and Watkins, Team of the Season Stein, and Shapeshifter Mappy Leon. And finally, a Footies in Thuram. And as we could only use Diani and Leon on this account, we went with them. From the tradable packs, we did get a Footies, and this was a French Footies, in Klaus, who was around 35k, some more coins for the account. The 82x20 gave us a numero foot, Vanderson. It was time for the final big packs, and the premium pack only gave us shapeshifters with Schlotterbeck and Zegrova as the face players. The final pack was a tradable ultimate pack, and we did get a footies icon from Portugal, and this was Luis Figo, who was around 25k. This was the final team, so we started with a bronze squad and ended as an insane team for Euro 2025, and we reached all 3 targets of a full path to glory greats of the game team, reached Division 3 and got 9 wins in champs. So this account was a success,